Let me talk to you for a minute, especially if you've ever found yourself unsure of who you were or where you belonged. Not knowing where you belonged because you were a part of a country or a system that did not value you or even wanted you here. A system that did not recognize your efforts or did not care about them. You've questioned your worth, wondered if you mattered, or if anyone even sees you. I understand your dilemma because I've done it too. Many of us have. We were raised in a world that taught us that our worth had to be confirmed by someone else. Someone that didn't even look like us. That we had to earn it through hard work, perfection, silence, or survival. But I came here today to tell you something different. Validation is not a requirement. You were worthy before anyone else said so. Your worthiness is not contingent upon another human being. Your worthiness came from God. If you grew up black in America, especially as a woman, you were conditioned to believe that you were inferior, that you were a second-class citizen, and things were always going to be hard. But what you weren't conditioned to believe was that you are the gold standard, that you perform like magic. Instead, we were taught to keep proving ourselves in school, at work, and sometimes in our families. We learned to shrink, to strive, to overachieve, just for someone to say we were good enough. But here's the truth. Systems that were never designed for our freedom cannot define our worth. Period. Think about how many of us waited for the promotion that never came, or tried to look a certain way because beauty standards were created without us in mind, or stayed in a relationship just to feel seen, even if we weren't respected. It's no accident. This system benefits from us doubting ourselves, from us looking outside ourselves for proof that we belong. But sister, let me tell you, you belong because God created you. You don't need a title, a man, a paycheck, or a round of applause to be whole. Those things may be nice, but they don't define you. Now let's tell the truth about our history. Because if we're waiting for validation from outside systems, we'll be waiting forever. But look back at where we came from. Harriet Tubman wasn't validated. She was hunted. And yet she led hundreds to freedom. Sojourner Truth wasn't affirmed. She was enslaved. And still, she stood on platforms and said, "Ain't I a woman too?" Nina Simone wasn't celebrated while she was alive, but she sang truth anyway. And don't forget Claudette Colvin, a 15-year-old who refused to give up her seat before Rosa Parks ever did. Nobody put her on a poster, but she was part of the movement just the same. They didn't wait for a stamp of approval. They acted from the inside out. And that's the legacy we come from. You see, your worth isn't man-made. It's divine. God knew you before you were formed. You were set apart, called, anointed, not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. Our ancestors didn't have degrees in this country or platforms or six-figure salaries, but they had dignity. They had prayer, and they had each other. I think of grandmothers who didn't get recognized until they passed, and even then, we realized we stood on their shoulders. Their work wasn't in their wardrobe or their awards. It was in their wisdom. Today, it's easy to slip into the trap. You post something, and if nobody likes it, you start to question it. You share your gifts, but if nobody claps, you start to shrink. You work hard and still feel unseen. Let me say this out loud. Silence doesn't mean you're not powerful. A lack of recognition doesn't mean you lack value. Social media is not the measuring stick. Neither is corporate America. Neither is anyone who left you, ghosted you, or tried to dim your light. Sometimes people can't recognize greatness, especially when it's not in the form they're used to seeing. So what do we do instead? We stop chasing validation. We start affirming ourselves. Every morning you wake up and say, I am worthy. Not because of what I do, but because of who I am. I am not a mistake. I am not a burden. I am a blessing. I don't need to fit in. I was born to stand out. Let that be your mirror. Not the numbers, not the noise. Sis, I know it's hard. We all want to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel like we matter. That's human. That's real. But don't ever let their inability to see you become your inability to see yourself. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are in process. You are unfolding. You are becoming. So from this day forward, I want you to remember, validation is not a requirement. You were worthy before they gave you a platform, before they apologized, before they got it, before they saw the light. You already carried it. So stand tall, walk fully, speak boldly, and love yourself without waiting for anyone else to join in. Because you, my dear sister, have always been worthy. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by and listening to our story. Please consider subscribing. It helps the channel a lot and will allow me to continue creating more stories like these. If you have already subscribed, thank you so much for your support. And if you like this recent video, please consider hitting that like button. It also helps to support and grow this channel. We look forward to bringing more stories that aim to uplift and brighten your day.